The following program contains mature subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
According to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, 3 out of 4 women will experience pain during intercourse at some point during their lifetime. Shelby was one of them. She had such a tough time finding a diagnosis, she decided to make a film about it.
What's wrong?
So, I have vaginismus. Vaginismus is a pelvic floor condition where the muscles in my vagina involuntarily contract, making me too tight to penetrate. It's why I'm in my mid-20s and have never had sex.
Shelby joins us via Skype. And first of all, I just want to applaud you for raising awareness, for making an animated film about this. But I know part of your journey was finding the right diagnosis and dealing with pain that you didn't understand. How did you ultimately figure out what was going on?
Yeah, thanks. It was a process. It was really difficult. There was a lot of pain and shame about my body and sexuality. I went to a dozen doctors over the course of 7 years trying to figure out what it was and how to fix it. It wasn't until I was 21 that I found pelvic floor physical therapy.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, because we know this is really common. 1 in 3 women will experience a pelvic floor condition, and as Travis said, 3 in 4 women will have pain with sexual intercourse at some point in their lives, and one of the potential causes for pain with sex is the vaginismus. As you mentioned in your video, vaginismus is when you have the involuntary reflex contractions of the opening of the vagina. So as you can imagine, that can be really uncomfortable when you're trying to insert a tampon and you get that contraction, or if your partner is trying to penetrate and you get that contraction. In addition, there's also an emotional component to that a lot of physicians don't address. Now, when it comes to vaginismus, we know that there are 2 types. You have primary vaginismus, and that means that you never experience penetration without pain, and then you have secondary vaginismus, and with that, once upon a time, you can experience penetration without pain, but due to some condition like maybe a surgery, trauma, maybe it's just menopause, but in any case, now you can no longer experience that penetration without pain. We don't know exactly how many women have it because a lot of women are embarrassed to talk about it, so they don't even tell their doctors. But according to some statistics, it occurs in about 2 out of every 1,000 women. But it's unfortunate that people don't talk about it because in some cases, like yours, dilators and pelvic physical therapy can be really, really beneficial. So if there's someone watching, what advice would you give them when it comes to suffering with a condition like yours?
I would tell them to see as many doctors as they need to. If one person tells them that it's all in their head, find someone else. Find someone that validates your pain, that can give you a treatment plan or refer you to a pelvic floor physical therapist. I went to PT for 4 years, and it was a really great experience.
Yeah.
How is your health now?
Yeah, I don't have to go to PT anymore. I can use a tampon, and about 2 years ago, I was able to have sex for the first time. So I'm on the other side of it.
I love that pelvic floor physical therapy worked for you. It can work for a lot of people when it comes to vaginismus, as well as a number of other conditions that are associated with chronic pelvic pain. But with pain with sex, it's not always vaginismus. It could be endometriosis. You can have a large fibroid. Your uterus could be retroverted, pointed to the back, so meaning you're uncomfortable with certain positions. Like, there are so many things. But finding a doctor who listens to your concerns is key when you're looking to move to the next level and get past it.
Shelby, can I ask you, because we think of physical therapy and physical therapists, in the case with pelvic floor physical therapy, who did you work with? And for women out there who might be seeking this type of physical therapy, what should they look for?
Finding someone you feel comfortable with, because it's a really intimate relationship, and you need to be really open to talking about some pretty private things.
So obviously you need to, if you're concerned you may suffer from this, number 1, get a diagnosis, and number 2, you want to work with someone who knows what they're doing. Shelby, thank you for sharing, and also really cool that you created this animated film on the topic.